Hey y'all, welcome to Homestead Budgets. My name is Heather, and today we're going to be doing my second cash stuffing for the month of January. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I do the cash budgeting method on this channel. I myself am self-employed, and my husband and I have a homestead here in Virginia. So this income that you see is income that comes from my income from my small business that I have here. And this is after I pay bills for the week. This is kind of the extra that goes into any bills that I stuff for, or any sinking funds, debts, savings challenges, all that good stuff. So that's what you will see here. And if this is not your first time here, welcome back. I'm always excited to see you guys. I hope that y'all had a wonderful weekend. We are going to be stuffing a total of $1,900 today. And if it's not your first time here, you're probably saying that is a bit more than normal, and you would be correct. I am going to be stuffing a couple of placeholders, which is what you see here on top. And I will get into that. But I'm going to be stuffing $1,200 cash and $700 worth of placeholders. So that's where kind of that extra bit is on there that makes that total a little bit higher than normal. But we will go ahead and get this counted and set up, and then we'll get into it. So we've got $500, $600, $700 in placeholders. So this is 8, 9, 1,000, 1,100. 50, 12, 50, 13, 50, 14, 50. So 14, 70, 90, 15, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 16, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 17, 10, 17, 30, 17, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. That's 1,800, 18, 10. 18, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, and 96, 7, 8, 9. That's 1,900. Okay, so we are all set up there. I'm going to go ahead and do the couple of coins that I have to put in the coin jar. It's not too many, but every little bit is great. So just to explain the placeholders, I've been very transparent on my channel about, so we have $5.31 in there, a little bit at a time. But I've been very transparent on my channel that my husband and I do deal with infertility, and we have recently decided that we are going to start our IVF journey. And with that, we have picked an out-of-state clinic because it's significantly by like a third at least cheaper to go out of state, even with all the travel fees that are going to be included with that, than to go to a local clinic. So what we've done is that in the past week, we sat down and we were just like, this is what we have in our savings. This is like our budgeting plan for the year kind of thing, which we had to change a little bit when we decided that we were going to do IVF. But we did also decide to start a GoFundMe that we shared with some of our friends and family and everything, just to help with some of those expenses. We didn't open it up for like the entire amount or anything because we do have some money in savings. So like we want to use that first and then just kind of supplement with the GoFundMe. So that's where the placeholders are coming from. So that's $700. I am very overwhelmed by the response. I'm filming this on a Monday, and I think I posted the GoFundMe maybe last Thursday or Friday. And just the response that we've gotten from our community has been very overwhelming in a good way, but just a lot. And like I don't want to get too much into it because I've cried a lot through this whole thing, just because I'm so appreciative of the people that have helped support us in this journey so far. But it's just, we're very thankful. But what we decided to do with that is that whatever the amount that's in there is just going to get transferred into the high yield savings account that we have for like our fertility stuff. So instead of me pulling out the cash just to put it back in, I just decided to use placeholders. So y'all will see that later in the video, but I did just want to explain that's why the total is higher for this week than it normally is. And that's why I'm using placeholders when I normally do not when I cash stuff. But yeah, so that's where that comes from. So the other $1,200 is just from like weekly income. And then I do have my receipts that I'm going to scan into both Fetch and Receipt Hog. If by chance you haven't heard of those yet, they're both apps where you can take pictures of your receipts and get rewards. With Fetch, you end up getting gift cards, and then with Receipt Hog, you can actually just end up getting cash, and like I just transfer it out to my PayPal account. But I will put the information for both of those up here. If you would like a referral code or just want to see what it is that I'm talking about, you definitely don't have to use a referral code if you do not want to. But if you do, I think you get a little bonus, I get a little bonus. So it'll kind of help you starting off on both of those. But with either one of them, like you don't have to buy specific things. It's just for whatever you're spending money on anyway. So it's really great for that. And we're just going to go ahead and get into it because we have quite a bit to do, and I feel like I've already been a little rambly already. So starting off in my everyday binder, groceries is going to get 50. So it has 5,100. And I told y'all last week that we always do like a pantry challenge on our homestead in January where we basically try to eat as much from what we have at the house as we possibly can. So I'm still going to stuff this with like a normal amount each week. And then at the end of the month, I think I might either use it towards like just take the total and use it towards something else, or we might use it when we do like a bulk shop at the end of the month. It just kind of depends on how much we end up in there, but you will probably see that build throughout January. Dining out is getting 25. Same thing with dining out. I really only stuff this for myself, for like if I want to grab lunch while I'm out working or something like that. But same thing, I'm trying to basically just like eat leftovers and eat as much at the house as we possibly can. So same for this, we might just roll it into something different at the end of the month if it builds up a bit. So we've got 20, 45. I know the only thing that we are eating out is that there's a new, I don't want to say the name of it just because of like privacy reasons, because it is pretty close to our house, but there is a local pizza food truck in our area that goes around to like all the breweries and has been in business for years, that just recently opened like a physical location, and that physical location is like less than 5 minutes from our house, and we're actually really good friends with the owner. So like we went out last week for his grand opening because we wanted to support him and everything, and like our local community is absolutely amazing. It's a little bit more of a small town, and I mean they just really like showed up for him, which was awesome. But if we do any dining out, it's definitely going to be there over January because the pizzas are just so good. They're like hand done, and they're just delicious. And of course we love supporting, you know, people in our local community as well. Spending is going to get $50, and that is all that it has. Pets is also going to get 50. And then self-care is going to get $5. So self-care has 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, and then that's all that I stuff in my everyday binder. I do also have a business envelope as well as a back to the bank envelope, and those are just two envelopes that I use for like if I have any clients that pay cash, I like to keep that separate in my business checking account versus money that I personally have that needs to go back to my personal account. So in sinking funds, we're not going to stuff date night for the month of January because, again, we are trying to eat in, and we got quite a few gift cards for like Christmas and everything. So if we were to eat out, we're going to use that so that way we're not using our own money. But then baby fund is going to get $10. I'm sorry, it's going to get $15. So baby fund has 100 in my high yield savings account, 10, 20, 35. And then health is going to get $45. So health now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 95, 100. So y'all will start seeing me stuff this with, I've kind of been putting like a minimal in it for the past couple of weeks, but now that my husband was able to get insurance with his new job, I'll start stuffing that, like a higher increment each week. But that is good for now. Medical is going to get $10. And I do get asked quite a bit what the difference between health and medical is. For me, my health envelope is for my health insurance, and medical is for any medical bills, things that we might need to buy at the store, like over-the-counter medication, any prescriptions, things like that. That's what medical is for. So it has 50, 60, 75. And then clothing is going to get skipped for a good little bit as well because I've been doing lots of decluttering in January so far, and I have way too many clothes already, so I definitely don't need to be going out and purchasing more. Vacation is going to get $20. And then subscriptions is going to get $5. So it has 5, 10. Annual bills is going to be getting $5. And that was open for some reason. So it has 20, 40, 5, 50. And then miscellaneous is going to get $5. So it has 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 31. Which I just started using a miscellaneous envelope, and I'm glad that I have because I have used it a couple of times already. But I'm like playing around with how much I want to be in there. So we're like at 31 now. I don't really feel like I should probably have any more than like $50 in there at a time. So I might stop once 50 is in there and just kind of like restuff it as needed, you know, as I have to like pull out of it or anything like that. But I feel like anything over $50 in miscellaneous might be kind of overkill. Okay, so we're going to move on to my holiday binder, which does have my holiday savings challenges in it. I do always like to mention that the size that you see here is just a misprint, and that's why I'm using them in here, because I didn't want to throw them away. But when you order them, which ordering is through my Instagram, I always have it linked below. They're this size and they do come laminated, so they fit perfectly in an A6 envelope. I do have others, I think like in my savings binder and everything, but I just always like to address it that it's not this small when you order it. I'm just using it so that way I don't throw it away. But Valentine's Day is going to get $12 this week. So Valentine's Day has 20, 35, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 48 in Valentine's Day. We'll get that back in there. And because each one of these Valentines is $3, we're going to be coloring in 4 of these. So, with this, I think that we might just use this as like date night money, which is another reason why I didn't want to be stuffing like the date night envelope, because honestly, we probably really won't go out for like a date night specifically, probably until close to Valentine's Day anyway. And that's what we can, you know, use the $75 for. Did I close that? Yes. Okay. And then Easter is getting $3. So 1, 2, 3. So Easter now has 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll get this one colored in, and each one of these little eggs is $3. So just one of these. And for this one, we'll probably just use it for maybe like go out to like an Easter brunch together or something like that. I made some of these in mind of like in the future we are going to have our little one, and then, you know, that can be for like their Easter basket or something like that. But for now, we can just use it as like a little Easter brunch, or if we want to get like some Easter specific toys or treats or whatever for the dogs, that's what we'll use that for now. We're going to skip over to Black Friday. And it's going to get $10. So it has 10, 20. And I don't have a Black Friday specific like savings challenge. So I just reused one of the savings challenges from that misprint from my Homestead collection and figured I would use that. So I'm all about not letting things go to waste over here, if you can't tell. And then Christmas will be getting $15. So Christmas has 10, 25, 30. And we'll get the rest of this tree colored in. All right, and then last thing in here is my gifts envelope, and that's going to get $5. So it now has 5, 10. Okay. So that's all in my holiday binder. Moving on to the Homestead Binder. In bulk shopping, it's going to get $50. So we've got 50, 70, 90, 100. Household is going to get $10. So it has 10, 15. House maintenance is going to get $5. So it has 10, 15. We're going to skip feed for right now. We just got some more, so we should be good for a little bit. And then electric is going to get $15. So electric has 10, 25, 30. Garden is going to get $5. So it has 25, 30. And then projects, so this is like just little house projects, is getting 5. So it has 5, 10. And then an exciting new envelope in here. We are going to need some more egg-laying chickens this spring. So I'm going to use my Chicken Fund Savings Challenge to save up some money for some new egg layers. So we're going to be stuffing $15 in here today. And I'm always excited for new animals on the farm. Okay. And then we will... I kind of had to do this a certain way because each chicken is going to be $2.50. But this last chicken is going to be $5. So what I'm going to do is color in this last one, which I might not be able to use these highlighters. I might need to go back and here, actually, let's do this because that's not really showing up at all. So we're going to mark in this 5, and then for the 10, we're going to do 4 of these like $2.50 chickens. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I was like, when I first made these, I was like kind of sad because I was just like, oh, like we already have our chickens. I don't really need to save up to get chickens. But then when we were kind of like planning for the farm this year, we were like, oh, we're going to need some new egg layers because some of our girls are getting old, so they're not laying as many eggs. They're basically just going to be able to be freeloaders until whenever. But we need new egg layers to kind of compensate for not getting those eggs. So I'm really excited to be able to do that challenge because it's so cute. Moving on to my business binder. Car maintenance is going to get $20. So it has 20, 40, 50. Gas is going to get $50. Growth is going to get $5. And this is just for anything that I might need throughout any of my businesses. So it has 5, 10, 15. I thought I was counting that weird. So anything I might need to grow any of the businesses I have or start any new ones. And then YouTube is going to be getting $5. So it has 20, 40, 5, 50. Office is going to get $5. So I'm going to start stuffing this just because I need to get a couple of things for my office. So I figure I will stuff that and get it when I can. And then cell phone is going to get 20. So it has 20, 30. And then income, so this is just future income for myself, is going to get $150. So I've got 1, 2, 300 in my high yield savings account, 450, I'm sorry, 400, 550. So 550 in future income for myself. So just to get through any slow periods with my business or anything like that. Moving on to my debt binder really quick, just one envelope in here, and that's for my extra debt payment, and that's going to get $250 today. So 1, 2, 50. All right, and then last but not least is going to be my savings binder. And I only do a couple of things in here because I am focusing on my debt right now, but with us doing IVF, that focus has switched a little bit. I'm just not going to be as aggressive with my debt as I have been the past couple of months, just so that way we can save up a little bit for IVF, so that way we don't go into more debt with doing IVF. So for my fertility savings, it's going to get stuffed with a total of $800. 700 of that is going to be these placeholders, and then 100 with cash. Yep, that's right. So we've got 500, 1,000, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1,500 in my high yield savings account, 16, 50, and 17. Is that right? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 50, 17. Okay, great. That just like, I don't know, that number caught me off guard a little bit, but like I said in the beginning, we're just super grateful to even like have that. It's crazy to me. And then in my $1,000 savings challenge, we're actually going to be taking care of 2 of these dots since I did have a little bit of heightened income this week. We're going to be taking care of 65 and 55. which means that we're going to stuff $120, and that's going to be all in 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll put that in here. So in my $1,000 savings challenge, we now have 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 1, 2. So 392, which is amazing. We're almost like 40% of the way there. I'm about it. So we're going to color in a 55. I wanted to knock out 2 of these bigger amounts, and then 65. Awesome. We were just chugging away at that one. It's going to take a bit. And I don't think I said this before, but I do this savings challenge to help me pay off my debt in larger chunks. So like this isn't a savings challenge that'll go into a savings account. It'll just go towards whatever card I'm working on at the moment. It's just kind of like a fun way of paying off my debt on top of like the extra that I'm doing. So on our Homestead Saving Challenge, we're going to stuff the last $40. So we've got 5, 600 in high yield savings, 20, 40, 60, 80. So 680 in there. And this is for, we'll be opening a farm stand for our local community in the spring. So this is just to help us with some of those like startup costs with that. All right. So that is it. That's all that I have for you guys today. I know it was a lot, but if you have stuck around to the end, I appreciate you so much, and I hope you stick around for the unstuffing. And I believe there's going to be an extra cash stuffing this week, so stick around for that, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.